Video circulating on social media appears to show a man carrying a severed body part of someone killed by a train in Wasco. Sheriff's officials say this happened today near the Wasco Amtrak station on G Street. Eyewitness News reporter Lena Folk has that story, but first, we do want to warn you that some of the footage is disturbing.
I'm not sure from where, but he came this way, and he walked all through here, and he was waving a person's leg, and he started chewing on it over there. He was biting it, and then he was hitting it against the wall and everything. And
it was a typical Friday for the construction workers laying down concrete outside the Amtrak station in Wasco until they saw a horrifying sight.
He's eating it. Hey, se la está comiendo.
You are looking at what a witness says is a man eating a detached leg. The detached leg came from a person hit by a train near the Wasco Amtrak station earlier that morning.
On the leg, the skin was hanging. You can see the bone.
Jose Ibarra tells Eyewitness News that when the man walked past him with the leg, he believed him to be homeless. Ibarra is unsure where the man came from. He says Kern County Sheriff's deputies stopped the man after people from the Amtrak station called the police. More videos sent into Eyewitness News shows the man waving the leg around. KCSO says the man is 27-year-old Rosendo Tellez. Tellez was arrested for taking evidence from the scene and had multiple outstanding warrants. At this moment, investigators haven't said who the leg belongs to or who was hurt in the train crash, but we do know that one person died. Tellez was arrested, and Kern County Sheriff's Office say it is an active investigation. Reporting in Wasco, Lena Folk, Eyewitness News.
The fuck is there to investigate? He ate the damn leg. I want to say shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. I want to go give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, broad lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever that may be. This is a quick lesson through the Spirit. You know, what I find ironic about this is the fact that they charge this man with tampering with evidence of taking a severed leg from a train crash site. But yet they're not charging him for cannibalism, which makes me to believe that cannibalism indeed in America is not a crime. Because, in fact, you got people that actually eat other people, man. Okay. Now, according to logic, that would be an illegal crime because, for one thing, you know, to dismember somebody and to eat them, you know, you can eat a whole person and not get charged for that crime, but yet you can't grow potatoes or tomatoes in your backyard to grow real food to eat, you know, for nutritional value, which is far beyond, like, that kind of makes no sense to me. But they charge him with tampering with evidence. But, you know, outside of that, this thing is really, really getting scary, man. Okay. Cannibalism. I remember the CDC, I want to say roughly 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, they had something on their website about a zombie apocalypse and how, you know, this is possible that, you know, you have like particular disease, a virus that can cause people to act out of norm. And I know what everybody didn't got that, the juice put in them a couple of years ago. And you're starting to see these traits of people carry out in real time. As we stated, that cannibalism will come back in a big way because there will be an attack. And there will be council culture on the food supply systems in America when you're not going to have any food in your grocery stores or let alone your local markets. And people are going to die from starvation, okay? The famine. And then the last resort, people will start to eat themselves or eat each other. Okay, you got several accounts of that in the scriptures. You have one in particular, and I think it was during the time of the siege when it was at 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, when basically they had a patent to eat each other's sons. And, you know, one day then she was like, well, look, we're going to eat my son. And then next day we're going to eat yours, you know, and that was a real thing. So how much more today when you have the wicked in rulership that's pushing this type of sadistic behaviors, man. Okay. Because when you look up cannibalism, the definition of cannibalism here, going into the Wikipedia, it says it's the act of consuming other individuals of the same species as food. Okay. It says cannibalism is a common ecological interaction in the animal kingdom and has been recorded more than 1,500 species. Human cannibalism is well documented in both ancient times and recent times. So cannibalism is pretty much is real. It's a real thing. You know, like they say, the benefits. Like there's no benefits for human eating human because you're not supposed to consume human meat. You know, but like I said, it's getting scary out here. The Lord is putting spirits on these individuals to do things that's inconvenient. And we ain't seen nothing yet, man. Because wait until there's no food supply in the hood. And you got Keisha and Maria and Sanchez and, you know, Lakeisha and all these other Jake demons. When they don't have the food to feed their toddlers, then they're going to resort into eating their kids, man. Okay? Cannibalism is getting ready to be real here in a minute. Okay? All right, they don't show you these things in movies for nothing. It says the rate of cannibalism increases in nutritionally poor environments as individuals turn to members of their own species as an additional food source. Okay, it says cannibalism regulates population numbers, whereby resources such as food, shelter, and territory become more readily available with the decrease of potential competition. So basically, they're saying that in the case that there's no food, you will be eaten. Okay, and I believe that this man in particular, whoever he may have been, I believe that he may have been off something, okay? I don't think he was totally deprived of starving. I don't totally believe he was deprived of any food because, I mean, you can get food anywhere here. Okay, you can break in places and steal food. So I'm believing that something was activated in this man, you know, or something happened or something. But something is going on here that they're not shedding too much light on. And I don't think this is the only case. Okay, I believe since people have gotten that folly put inside them, I believe through the spirit that you have a lot of cases of cannibalism, but Esau is not shedding a light on that because, you know, it's been coming out that with the jab talks that people were going to do things that wasn't normal. And everybody is linking all the particular illnesses, you know, the clots and the mental illnesses and the respiratory things, all is tracing back to the you-know-who. You know, so they're getting caught out there with that and they want to shed it and sweep it under the rug. So it's surfacing, you know. And like I said, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong about it, but come on, man. Let's be realistic. Look at who we're dealing with. All right, so hold on. Give me a second. Let me get this commercial out the way. Matter of fact, let's do it this way. Tired of seeing this shit, man. Everywhere you go,
what witnesses
we can't even do a video in peace.
say was a severed
YouTube
leg.
didn't used to
That
be
body
like-
part
YouTube didn't
belonging
used to
to
do
the
this, like,
victim
for real.
hit and killed by a
check this
train
out.
at the Wasco Amtrak station. 17's Jenny Huss spoke with Wasco witnesses today and joins us now with more. Jenny?
Jim, it's a peculiar case involving a Wasco man some residents describe as ordinary and polite, 27-year-old Rosendo Tellez. One person I spoke to says Wasco is Tellez's town and people know him. Those I spoke to say Tellez was homeless. This Wasco resident on your screens showed me where Tellez often slept. He says those blankets are Tellez's. And a local liquor store employee tells me Tellez was a regular customer who came in a few times a day, every day. She says he never caused trouble and he'd normally buy a mix of food, beer, whatever he can afford with what folks gave him. He never caused trouble and he'd normally buy a mix of food, beer, whatever he can afford with what folks gave him.
All right, bam. See, so clearly it wasn't an issue of him being hungry. Clearly something was triggered in him to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody will wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm finna go eat me a people, unless you Esau, because Esau eats people all the time. Watch that movie Hannibal Lecter. That's they show you the devil in that movie, man. But regardless of that, he comes in there 3 times a day, buy him a couple of brews, buy him some food. So clearly he had access to food. So that wasn't the case. Something else happened, man. You see, and when I'm reading the comment board, and I've heard people say this, man, Esau, they say, look, when a time of all hell break loose and there's no food, they will eat people. Look at what Mr. Aaron Jager say. He said here, not saying I would eat a leg, but if these prices keep rising, so people are basically willing to eat other people, man. Okay. So, yeah, cannibalism was next. Yep. So hey, man, this is a real thing. So keep your head on the swivel, brothers, man. Things are getting ready to pop off. And like I said, these Edomites, they ain't 2 fucking mills away from a fucking insane asylum. Real talk. Because these are the type of sick, sadistic people we dealing with. In this case, it seems like he was Northern Kingdom. But regardless of it, man, you know, a lot of people took that monkey shit, you know, and now look at them. They ain't living to tell about it, you know. And if they interview the guy, I'm guarantee you his narrative is going to be something like this. I don't realize what I was doing.
As you can see in the security footage shared with 17 News, Tellez visited the store just hours before his Friday arrest. That's him in orange on your screens. The employee says when she first heard the news, she thought, no, it can't be him. Jose Ibarra, a construction worker, was working in the area when he saw Tellez carrying around the body part.
And then whatever he had on his hand, he started biting on it and everything. And it turned out to be a person's leg. On the video that we have, it shows clearly that he started chewing on the leg and everything. And yeah.
His blankets, he owned to the guy, the blankets right there. They was sleeping in there. Yeah. When I heard the police and I heard the helicopter in the air, I said, something happened. Oh my God, something happened.
Court records show he has at least half a dozen prior misdemeanor convictions, mostly for drug or alcohol-related offenses. Tellez is scheduled for a court appearance Tuesday in Shafter. The Kern County Sheriff's Office says they cannot provide additional details on the case at this time. None of the residents nor witnesses I spoke to could identify the victim killed by the train. Jenny Hutt, 17 News. None of the residents nor witnesses I spoke to could identify the victim killed by the train. Jenny Hutt, 17 News.
I don't know. They blame it on drugs like they do everything else, but I think something unnatural is happening. I'll put it to you that way. All right. So anyway, let's go from here. 2nd Edges 15. And I'm going to start at verses. This whole chapter is good. Let's go into the 2nd Edges 15 and 57. It says, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword, and thy city should be broken down, and all thine should perish with the sword in the field. And they that be in the mountain should die of hunger, and eat their own flesh. Okay, see, people do things like that when the time that there's a famine. It's a common fact to know that people will eat each other, man. Okay, so when all hell breaks loose and the supermarkets are offline and there's no trucks coming in and out of the city, I guarantee you 144,000% that people are going to resort to eating each other. Okay. You're going to think that you're smelling chicken grilling or, a good bison burger. In fact, there's going to be a little Tay-Tay on the fucking grill. Okay, getting ate up, with some pork sauce in the back. Because we coming into them times, man. The scriptures say because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, so don't never say never, man. Your mom, your mother may end up eating a sister or a brother, or somebody may end up eating your mother, or, your baby mama might try to eat your kids. Because this is the type of world we're in. This place is falling, man. Okay, sooner than later, people are going to get desperate. They're going to start targeting people, man. And, hey, if you look good, then, hey, they're going to come in, they're going to barbecue your ass, man. And it reads, it says, the children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword, and the city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field, that they be in the mountain shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Okay, so clearly he had access to food, but something else was going on. Okay, going back into this. Matter of fact, let's look at this real quick, because I don't like to mention it, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Yeah, they claim that it was just like some type of satire, some type of joke or some shit here. But it says here, they published Preparedness 101 Zombie Apocalypse to the Public Health Matters blog in 2011. It says, the post was an example of educational entertainment, sure. It was used a popular cultural reference to zombies to promote preparedness for different emergencies and disasters. But why would you use that example when if you could just use the appropriate example? Like if you have like FEMA have shit in place, right, for natural disasters, tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. Okay, if you're preparing for a natural disaster, then won't you just have a drill displaying that? Why do you need to put something that's right out of a fucking video game or a movie, something that clearly that you write off as being fiction? Fiction or nonfiction. I keep forgetting which one. Yeah, the act of fiction is fake, I think. nonfiction may be real. Okay, I used to get it mixed up all the time, but regardless. So I'm not buying that, man. Something is definitely going on here, and we're gonna start seeing people turn into shit. You know, don't be surprised, man. Okay, they don't put shit in movies for nothing. And then you got those guys, oh, you DMS always referencing movies, man. Y'all got to get in the real world. Well, look, man, they put the truth in the movie. Okay, the movie is a way of them exposing their agenda before it come to pass. It's called forgot the name of the ritual, but they have to put it out there in order for the witchcraft to work, because that way they can say, well, look, we told you. So these movies, man, they're not. I don't just watch movies for entertainment purposes. When I watch a movie, I look to get the meaning behind the movie. That's if my brain is working right at the time. You know, but regardless of it, man, you know, we get the information, we extrapolate the information from the movie, and then we filter it through the scriptures, and bam, it comes to pass. It's not that hard. But it says it uses a popular cultural reference to zombies to promote preparedness for different emergencies and disasters. It says the campaign is now retired. Y'all wonder why. But you can still learn how to prepare yourself and others by visiting to prepare for your health. Because they was getting a lot of lashback and feedback on it because, that whole you know what. You know, people was dropping dead from that shit, and they're still trying to basically say it's safe. You know, and I'm not saying that this guy got that, but I mean, it doesn't surprise me at this point. I mean, everybody and their mother outside of us got that damn juice in them, all right? So this is the book of Lamentations 4, and I'm going to start at verses 9. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than those that be slain with hunger. It says, for these pine away, stricken through for the one of the fruits of the field, right, man? Because when you go into a cannibalistic state, your mind is not functioning right, okay? Your mind is entering into like the danger zone. You see things that ain't there, you hallucinate. You know, they showed you on Tom and Jerry, like a lot of times when Tom and Jerry is hungry, and they in a deep sleep or a trance, and then, you know what I'm saying, they'll see it. I remember it was one episode that Spike was in a dream, and he was hungry in his dream, and then Tom was trying to sneak through to go fishing, you know, and he was trying to sneak past the guard dog, and that nigga Spike grabbed Tom's leg, and he started licking it because in his mind it was a bone, and then he bit the shit out of Tom, man. You know, so I'm a real believer in the fact that when, you know, you hallucinate, you see things that ain't there. You know, so you big 300-pound obese black woman, you Teletubby black woman that gotta walk through a fucking door sideways because you too goddamn big. Hey, you gonna be the steak on a platter, man. You gonna be on the meal. You gonna be on the menu. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be the dollar menu either. But it says they be slain with the sword are better than those be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for the one of the fruits of the field. And the hands of the pitiful women have sighted their own children, and they were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Okay, so that's the point. This is the Lord pouring out his fierce anger upon our people, upon people, period. Okay, and the reason it says here, the Lord have accomplished his fury, and he have poured out his fierce anger, and have kindled a fire in Zion, and have devoured the foundations thereof. Okay, because we just read that this is the anger of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, things unnatural will start happening. Matter of fact, the Lord said he would choose their delusions. Hey, something with that leg looked pretty delicious to him. So, hey, the Lord put him in a deluded state, and he went to town on that leg. But I found it funny, once again, how they locked him up for tampering with evidence instead of eating the goddamn leg. You know. Anyway, this is the book of 2 Kings 6. And I'm going to start at verses... the axe head. Is it 2 Kings 6 or 1 Kings 6? Maybe 1 Kings 6. I thought it was 2 Kings 6, but let me try 1 Kings. I'm pretty sure it's 2 Kings 6 chapter. Gotta be. Yeah, hell yeah, it's 2 Kings 6. I know I ain't tripping. I'm just not reading down far enough. Kings 6 and 26. There you go. Bam. The siege of Samaria and cannibal. In 2 Kings 6 and 24 says, and it came to pass after this that Benhadad, the king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in the land, or in a great famine in Samaria. And behold, they besieged it, until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung was sold for 5 pieces of silver. Now let's go into the New Living Testament and read and see what it talks, see what it says here. 6:24, it reads, it says, sometime later, however, King Benadad of Aram mustered his entire army and besieged Samaria. And as a result, there was a great famine in the city. The besiege lasted so long that a donkey's head sold for 80 pieces of silver, and a cup of dove's dung sold for 5 pieces of silver. It says, and one day, as the king of Israel was walking along the wall of the city, a woman called to him, please help me, my lord, the king. And he answered, it says, if Yahweh doesn't help you, what can I do? It says, I have neither food for the threshing floor, nor wine from the press to give you. But then the king asked, what is the matter? Then she replied, this woman said unto me, come on, let's eat your sons today. Then we will eat our son, my son, tomorrow. So we cooked my son and ate him. Then the next day I said unto her, kill your son so we can eat him. But she hid her son. But it said, but she has hidden her son. And when the king heard this, he tore his clothes in despair. And the king walked along the wall, and the people could see that he was wearing burlap under the robe next to his skin. Okay, but that's the point. It was a very short time in that, in the time of that famine, and the same thing gonna happen here today in Babylon, man. You know. But anyway, I'm gonna end it there, giving all.